Hello. Welcome to a new Rocketbot class. Today, we're going to look at the internal structure of Rocketbot Studio. Alright, when we start in the 2025 version, we're going to see the following. First, we'll split the screen, opening it into three sections. We have the section on the left, the section you could call the center, and the section on the right. Let's start with the center section. In the center section, as you'll see, it says recently opened robots. These are all the robots that we have opened, which are stored in the default database. And here we have three buttons: to start a new robot, to load a project from our computer, and to open a project from scratch with a certain structure. We'll take a closer look at these three options in the upcoming videos. Then, on the right, we have the most recently opened projects, which are basically all the projects I open from my computer. That is, if I have a database or a robot, a project on my computer, and I load it into Rocketbot Studio, we'll see it in this section. And then down here below, we'll see the news section, where we'll be able to open and check out the latest updates that Rocketbot has released for us. Alright, this is the home section. If we move to the screen, to the section on the left, we'll see that we have another option called News or Updates, where we can see all the latest things Rocketbot has for us. Next, if we move on to the tools, the different tools that Rocketbot also has for us, here we can see what we can use, what we can make use of with Rocketbot Studio, the add-ons that we can use in this case. Then, if we move on to the next option, we'll see the Help and Document section, where we'll have a section with, for example, some commands that if we want to run from the terminal, we'll see an example of how to execute them. For example, if I want to run a robot, in this case, with this, we'll have to use this command in the terminal and it will run a robot for us. In this case, the robot is called Robot1. Then there's a preloaded link here, a link that, if we click on it, takes us to the help documents where we'll find help and guides, manuals, templates, tips, how to download, how to install the tool, and other things that would be good for you to check out. Next, we see the configuration section, where we'll be able to change the port. This is the port that appears right here. If we wanted to change it, we would modify it and restart Rocketbot so it can apply the changes. This is because if, for example, we're working with two versions of Rocketbot at the same time, we leave 5000 for one, and for the other, for example, we change it and set it to 5005, just as an example. That way, we'll be able to work with those two versions simultaneously. If the versions overlap on the ports, we won't be able to work with those two versions at the same time because one would be using the other's port. Alright, next we have the section for language settings. Basically, we have the configuration in English, Spanish, and Portuguese. And the path or location where the logs will be saved as the robots are executed within the platform. And finally, we have the license section, where we can first see when our license expires and whether it's for development or production. If it's for production, it will show as true, and if it's for development, it will show as false. And our token. Remember that this is our token, which we can change or renew by going to the Change License section. And remember to follow all the steps we've mentioned and explained in the installation and license activation video. They have to be the same steps. Remember that you fill out a form with all your information and enter your email address. After completing that form, you'll receive a code in your email, which you'll need to paste here, and with that you can validate the license. Alright, well, that's all for today. I hope to see you in the next class. Thank you very much.